What if I told you could build your first AI agent today with zero coding experience, and this thing is going to reply on behalf of you, log all information automatically, and basically be your email assistant? In this video, I'm going to show you how to build this thing step by step, so there's not going to be a single thing missed out. It's going to be a full tutorial, and we'll be using OpenAI and NAN to build this thing. And if you've never built an agent before, I promise you this video is going to make it crystal clear and simple for you, because there's a lot of videos out there that even, they put no code in the title. And then when you actually begin to watch the video, they're like, oh, well, you kind of need to understand coding concepts a little bit. But I promise you with this, I'm going to show you the simplest way to do it, so you can do it even if you've never done it before. So let's just get into it. So first off, I'm just going to show you a quick little demo of this thing, and then I'm going to delete it and we're going to build it from scratch. But as you can see here on this chat, I'm just going to say, I want you to send an email to vaughan@gmail.com with the subject Miss School, and it will say, I am not coming to school today. So we just put this in the chat here. I'm going to send this and you're going to see it working. So I'm just going to close this chat off. What we can see here is the agent using its tools, and it's saying this thing has successfully sent. So we're going to check on this. I'm going to go to my Gmail. We can see this message here that says, I'm not coming to school today, with the subject Miss School. So this thing is so cool. I'm going to show you how to build this thing from scratch. So I'm literally just going to delete all of this. So bye-bye. And then if you don't have an NAN account, you just want to sign up for that. You can even do it on a free trial. I do have the premium account here, but it's not needed. So the first step, and this is the trigger. So if you imagine the trigger is like the go, that is, the green light, the traffic lights, this allows the whole thing to work. So for this one, we're going to use a simple one. I'm just going to use on chat message received. So this is like, if you've ever used ChatGPT and you're speaking to it, this is basically the same thing, but inside NAN. And then the next part is adding the actual agent. So this is the clever part of it. This is the part that makes this thing work on its own, use its own AI brain to essentially make decisions on behalf of you. We're just going to press this advanced AI here. We're going to go down to AI agent. I'm just going to leave this as a tools agent. We're going to leave the source of the prompt as connected to chat trigger node, meaning that the input for this AI agent is going to be from the chat that we've just set up them. And then we're just going to click out of this. And then what we need to do with this agent is we need to give it a brain, essentially. So where it says chat model, we need to give it an LLM to actually use as its brain to think and to make decisions with. So we're going to press the plus here. And you can use any of these, but the one I'm actually going to use is OpenAI because I think it's the best. And if you haven't connected your account details already, so if this is your first time, then all you're going to do is you're going to go to here, you're going to go to new credential, and then we need to get this API key. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So if you go to platform.openai.com, and then I'm already logged in, but you will need to log in or create an account. So this is slightly different to ChatGPT. This is like their platform for building on top of the ChatGPT model. And then the way I like to find it, because it can be a bit complicated to sort of, look through all these, I just type in billing or API keys. As you can see here, we'll type in API key first. And you're going to get an API key here. So you might not have one already. So all you would do is press create new API key. It's going to give you that code. Make sure you write it down somewhere because you might not see it again. And then you're just going to paste that code into here and press save, and then you're going to be connected. But also what I will mention is you might run into some issues if you don't go to your billing here, and you need to give it some balance, something to play with, because in order to run this, you need to use API calls, which basically just use credit. An API call is basically allowing ChatGPT to speak to something outside of ChatGPT, and they charge a very, very small fee for this. So I probably run, hundreds of workflows here, and, it's only used 9p because I put £10 on this just to test. So upload a little bit of money there, or you might come into some issues, get the API key, paste it into here, and then we're all connected. So I'm just going to close this because I'm already connected to it. We're going to leave this as ChatGPT 4 Mini. And then we are going to give it a memory. So we're just going to give it a simple memory with a context window of 5, meaning it can remember the last 5 things that we said to it. So we can just use this window buffer memory here. And you can play around with this, but as I said, 5 is going to be okay for now. And then we're just going to click out of this. And then we're going to give it a tool to use, because this is a tools agent essentially. So we can give it tools, but first of all, I'm just going to give it a prompt. So we're just going to go to this add option here. I'm going to go to system message, and I'm going to say, you are a helpful email assistant. You can send emails on behalf of me using the data I input in chat. And it doesn't have to be as complicated as that. You know, it's going to get the message essentially, or you can use ChatGPT to write this as well if you're not too sure. And then we're going to give it access to our Gmail. So we're just going to type in Gmail here, Gmail tool. And again, if your account isn't connected here, you're going to add new credential, and then you're basically just going to sign in to your Google account that you want to use. And it's pretty simple from there. But I'm just going to close off because it's already connected. And then this is the bit that used to be really difficult. So when I was learning how to actually build these things at first, it was a lot more difficult. It's got so much more easier now, and it's because of these, which I'm going to show you in a second. But your Gmail account's connected. We're going to leave it as send. And then we're going to use this little AI button here. But sorry, we're going to change this to expression. And then we're going to press this little AI button here. And this is so clever because what this is going to do is essentially going to allow the AI brain, the AI agent, to decide what these, inputs here in terms of like decide who it's going to send it to based on what we said, or decide what the subject is based on what we said in the chat. And this is so clever because really you would have to, do a little bit of JSON or coding to normally do this, but we've now added this, which is so much better. So we're just going to change that to expression. I'm going to do the same here, and we're going to change this to text because it's coming through as text. And again, with the message, you're going to change to expression and press these little stars here. And then this thing is almost ready to go. So you can see how simple this thing actually is. We're just going to test this out now. So we're going to ask it to send an email. So we're going to press this chat here, which is going to allow us to test and speak to it. We're going to say, I want you to send an email to jamesgary at gmail.com. And that's not a real email, so we'll see if this actually goes through. I want you to say to him, I won't make dinner tonight. Subject cancellation. So let's see how this thing goes. I'm going to close this window off. And the fact that they've all little green basically means that, this has run successfully. So we're going to test this now and see if this is actually sent. And here we go. It's done amazing. And actually, this thing here, we're going to turn this off. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. This is the last bit of it. So all we're going to do is go to this Gmail node here. We're going to go down to add option, append NaN attribution. We're going to turn that off, and then this little message here, so that where it says it's sent by NaN, is going to disappear. And that is how easy it is. You have now built your first email AI agent that can send emails for you. And what we can do as well, we can even give it more tools here. And I'm not going to go into it too deep in this video, but I've showed you in my last video how to do this. A Pinecone vector store, it's basically just a database. And what we could do is give this database a contact list of emails. So instead of us in the chat saying, I want you to send it to this person's email address, I could say, I want you to send this to James Gary, and it's going to use this database, and it's going to find that person's email and do that for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's such a simple build, and this thing can be so useful for businesses or saving yourself time as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.